Today I want to discuss how to replace the double burner on a Jenn-Air JED8430 cooktop. And I also included some final wiring information on the actual dual burner switch that I placed in the past. This is what it looks like, and the way to remove it, I think there are other videos on the way to remove it, is you go underneath and you disconnect the wiring, which looks like that. And then you just make note of which wires go where. Yours may be different based on who originally did the electrical work. And then you unscrew, since it's a downdraft, you have to unscrew, and I don't have a picture of this, you unscrew the little the exhaust duct work from the unit, and then you physically pull the plug on the fan unit as well. And then you take it out, and you get that, plus the top on it. Then you need, if you look at the right-hand side there, you can see it's really helpful to have a power tool to unscrew all those screws around the edge. As you'll see, you don't need, actually there is one screw right where that fan is, that shouldn't be in there. I took a picture after putting that in. It shouldn't have been in there because you have to take that out to put the top back on. But those other three screws are not required. So those ones that are further down, you don't have to remove the top. Then what we're doing is I replaced the right-hand front burner, which is the double burner. And this is a picture of the new burner already installed. It came with an instruction sheet which was totally useless to me, but I put it here for reference if you want to look at it. What I did was I created a diagram to help. The bottom is the existing, the top is the new, and I made a mistake, as you'll see later, and I miswired it initially, but as long as you follow these wiring connection tips, you should be fine, and everything worked great. What is different, if you look at the left-hand side, is those two or three pins on the left-hand side have switched, where the old one used the middle pin to do both the inside and outside lines coming back, going into the elements. That was moved to the right-hand pin, which is no longer a pin, and it's kind of just a direct shunt from that right-hand one up to P1. Here is a look at the old unit that was installed. What I did, just to double check myself, or I could have just said, if you look at the right hand side, there's a double wire. I put a little black mark on it just as a little, make sure I really understood, even though I still made a mistake, and that's how it looks. Then here's the look of the wires on the left hand side, the yellow and the white. They kind of look very similar in pictures, so I tried to make a better picture there. Here's a diagram or the picture showing which pins go to the outer coils, the inner coils, and both coils on the old element. And then if you look at the old element and the new element, here are the nomenclature for each of the pins there. 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B. There is no 1A on the new one because that's a direct shunt connection to that in and out for both coils, the inner and outer coils. So you don't have to worry about that. Here is just a picture of what the new one looks like. It should look like is the outer coils and the inner coils. So you basically want to make sure that yellow and white wires are going to the correct one based on the diagram I created. Here is I put it in and I did it wrong. So my new element shipped with two of these black extension wires, and I thought I was going to need them, and I guess I just got confused, but I really didn't need them, and so you shouldn't need it on this particular model, but other ones may. Then here's a look of it already installed. I took these pictures after I did it the incorrect way, put it back in, had to take the whole thing out again, etc., etc. But those would be flipped on a true correct implementation. And as I said, I did. This was from another project that I did to change the dual burner switch, which I thought was bad, and actually it was bad years ago, and I changed it, and that was where I got this photo from. This was obviously another nightmare of a wiring chain by the vendor. This is the new connectors. Hopefully, if you need it, you can figure out which ones go where. on this new model switch from this photo. So thanks for listening, and have an easy time of it getting it in there.